the top right of Daybreak, the STX player. Game 1 he was successful on a Hana, he lost, now he finds himself in a tie situation on map number 3, he is...
STX Soul, Bogus!
Bogus. Double SCV pull, will he go for the triple?
He's a little bit nervous, he always has these deep sighs.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Bottom left, his opponent, very cheery fella, he is...
LGIM happy.
That deserved at least an A for effort.
Yeah.
I tried.
I wanna talk about his Goomba eyebrows again. Look at them. Just look at those Goomba eyebrows. Have you ever seen a Goomba before? Of course you have.
Yeah.
We live in the 21st century. Those eyebrows are the same. Wow, look at that. That's just one forward barracks, which means, well, he hasn't taken gas yet. There it is. So he's going to be doing a Marauder push here.
Yes, going for the Marauders with the concussive shells is what we are going to see. The position is funny because on this map there have been a lot of proxy barracks with Marauder pushes, but most players scout for them. And there are like these two positions where you usually try to hide your barracks. So he's using his barracks a little bit more to the right side. And if Happy actually scouts with an SCV, he will most likely go to the third base in order to see if there's a barracks hidden somewhere. But he might use this path to go straight to his opponent's main base and then spot the barracks after all. It's already too late though. He might be able to scout it, but he's not going to be able to deny it.
This is really tense because this strategy can be really easy to stop if you know about it, but otherwise, like you said, it's kind of rough and nasty.
Double gas.
Comes down to micro. And yeah, you're right. Double gas indicates, oh, he's going for a Reaper. This is not what I expected.
Yeah, me neither. With the double gas, it certainly looks like he wants to build his factory, maybe prox it as well. That's sometimes what we see. If you do this on Daybreak, you usually do it in this scenario. He would do it to the right side of Happy's main base if he goes for the strategy. The Marine is now scouting, is now moving out. He doesn't really see the Reaper, but let's see how Bogus follows this up. It looked like he's going for a simple Marauder with concussive shell strategy, but there's the factory as expected now. But the positioning for this is a bit awkward. This is usually not how you do it.
He's not going to actually hide the Reaper and try to go for multiple Reapers. He's just going to show it, making a reactor. Now, there's several different things he can do. He can, for example, reactor Marines out and use that factory.
No. Look how he places the tech lab now. He will definitely start the starport right there, especially with the double gas.
Yeah, and with that though, he can also reactor Marines out using the reactor there to add Marines and just do a push from that. I've seen this before. I don't think he's going to actually use the factory on the reactor to make Hellions, but that's also something we've seen in the past. The thing is, if he's going to do that, the tech lab being there is a little bit weird. And he's actually just going to do the siege tank Marine attack.
I would have bet money that he's going for the Banshee here and builds the starport in this position to have it as fast as possible.
That is definitely much more common. That is the strategy that we see way more often on this map.
Yeah, but he goes for a bit of a variation here. He already has the first siege tank, and yes, you're right, he's going for the Marines right now.
And I think this push can be quite deadly. Obviously, the siege tank, even in tank mode, outranges the bunker. So
yeah, the problem for Happy is now that he didn't even scout.
Yeah, he's completely in the dark right now. He has no idea what he's about to face. The only thing he knows is that there was a Reaper, and it still is around.
Getting to the main base and getting all the scouting information. Yeah, he's going to die, but still, he knows about the Hellion. He has the Marines.
Vikings being produced at the starport for vision, as well as to push back any Banshees he may face, because he also is a little bit in the dark. Yeah, he saw the starport now, but otherwise he would have wanted that Viking either way.
He caught this one Hellion before it was able to spot the tank.
Yeah, he's not making any extra bunkers.
Yeah, he has no clue. Oh, that was a scan in the main base.
But just because he sees that there's no factor right there doesn't mean that it's not just the left side of the main. He has no idea about that.
Yeah, it will be a bit weird. I mean, like, okay, well, why didn't I see anything at all? Not even a glimpse of a barracks?
Yeah, you know, there was a triple supply depot wall. He did see that. That's pretty weird. He's got his Marines positioned for a possible drop or possible Banshees right now. And even the Viking is going to go check right now. Is he making a Banshee? Is he trying to send a drop around? Because that's one thing that Bogus will be vulnerable to. He starts siege mode. This build on Scout is so scary.
2 missile turrets. He expects Banshees now.
He may cancel it when he sees this Viking. The Viking is just is a little bit obvious almost. Really.
Siege mode has been started and Happy goes straight for a Raven. The big question is now, when is Bogus starting to pull his SCVs?
And the question will probably, I mean, the answer to that will probably be in a few moments here.
If he wants to hit it with the timing for Siege mode, then indeed he will. How many Siege tanks do we already have? There are 3 of them. A 4th is about to be ready.
He made very few SCVs with this. It's 33 against 23. He's totally cut the SCV production out of his build. And he looks like he may just do this without SCVs being pulled at all.
Yeah, he looks ready. Only 1 bunker. That's all that Happy has. And just giving you an idea about the army supply, it's currently 36 against 20. And here we go. No SCVs pulled. He's going for the attack. The siege mode is done. 4 siege tanks.
The bunker is not going to be able to hold very long. Even if he pulls his SCVs, this is going to be tough. Happy is on the clock right now. He's going to figure out how to react. He's got to do it soon.
Happy does just not have a lot. He doesn't have siege tanks. He doesn't have siege mode.
The ramp is controlled. The ramp being controlled here means that he's going to have to lift out. And if he doesn't do it soon, his command center could go down to the Vikings.
Even if he lifts, all those SCVs are not trapped on the low ground.
Yep.
And he has high ground vision, so he can siege up his tanks and attack the production structures on the top.
He's killing a depot right now. The bunker on the high ground seems a little bit useless. Oh, he's targeting down the siege mode. If he can stop Happy's siege mode, that would be basically game ending, and he loses the tech lab.
Oh god, the tech lab is gone. No siege mode for the tanks. Another bunker being built. The ramp controlled by Bogus. He is forcing the lift on the orbital. Immediately the Vikings start to attack. The production structures on the high ground are being attacked as well. It just looks like checkmate. It looks like Bogus has everything in position to take this game.
Yep, the command center is burning. He's not even repairing it. He doesn't have much use for it at this point. And the factory gets lifted. He's taking a lot of hits. And Bogus could take the first steps up the ramp. I think he will. He's getting his Marines ready. Going for the orbital now, which is not repaired still. There's nothing he can do to repair it. Even if he tries to, he's just going to be sinking resources into something he's not going to be able to save.
It's going to slowly burn down if he doesn't start to repair. Finally sends a few of his SCVs over. Even Banshee's now being built for Happy. At least he tries and goes for Cloak. But with scans and everything that Bogus has available, it doesn't look like this is going to be successful. The high ground is already under siege. We have him, Bogus that is, moving onto the high ground, up the ramp, in position with the siege tanks, pressuring Happy even more.
He's actually attacking with Vikings on the ground. The starport is being repaired, but the second one is getting that cloak. He's just going for the command center. He's trying to end him here. The command center actually did get pulled back, but he's not repairing it. It's down to 55 hit points on the natural, 45 now, and now he repairs it.
He even has to lift his main base now. This is just brutal. 80 supply against 55. The Cloak Banshees are the only hope that Happy seems to have. And with one stim, that would change. With all Vikings, so not a stim, but a scan, that would change because we have so many Vikings.
This is what happens when you play blind and you face an aggressive strategy. He's using all of his resources to repair an orbital. He has no mining right now. He's actually just trying to figure out how he wants to type GG because he's got no out here. The Banshee comes out, he's targeting down the Cloak, but it finishes.
0 mining and no money. And there it is, the Raven. Here comes Happy with his last stand. The scan is good. The Banshee dies. GG!
Bogus takes the win, 2-1. He will advance to Kodas to join many other Casper players who were actually just able to get through on their first run through Code A.
Yeah, really well done here by Bogus. No scout by Happy. He has no idea what's happening, and therefore he just didn't stand a chance. He didn't have his... he did have siege mode. He didn't have additional bunkers. He had no idea. He was just hit with the brick. Completely blindsided.
Yeah, hit with a brick. That's a great way to put it. He's like that Final Destination character that actually just dies because a brick falls on his head.
Yeah.
That was, you know, people have been talking about this elephant in the room. People have been talking about Casper players. People watch StarCraft 1, like I watched like a ton of Brood War back in the day, watched these players and they thought, you know, some of them thought they're going to be dominant. The mechanics required in Brood War may make it so that they just crush their training regime, their Korean practice houses, and even myself, I wasn't sure. I was thinking they may do well, and it's still not even certain, but right now, they are looking a little bit scary. And it's not just because they're Kespa players, but the players who did qualify happen to be from Kespa, and they're doing really well right now.
I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them next season, because this season they had to show their games. Now it will be easier for the GSL players to study their games and study their style.
Yeah.
Because the problem, of course, that a player like Happy faces when he starts to play against Bogus is that there are only 2 recorded matches, 2 recorded maps for the Terran player from SDX. Whereas Bogus, of course, he can study so many TVTs that Happy has played in the past. And this is one of the advantages that the Casper players have right now. That's going to vanish over time. But yeah, they're doing really well. You can really show that they're practicing hard. Bogus now takes the series with a 2-1. Advances to Codes. Happy, another one of these players that we're going to see next week. And of course, we have a last match. We have another STX player. It's going to be Trap Protoss. He's up against Gumiho. That's the last best of 3 in the 3rd round of Code. And we'll be back after just 5 minutes and then have a look if Gumiho is able to advance or if it will be Trap.